Tension in the courtroom after a judge finds Michael Gableman in contempt for refusing to answer questions related to his investigation into the 2020 election.
Plus, a nationwide free school lunch program is coming to an end. How its end is causing more problems for local schools.
And thousands will rally around the country and in Madison this weekend, urging lawmakers to pass gun control legislation in the wake of a string of mass shootings. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A former Wisconsin Supreme Court justice goes toe-to-toe with a Dane County Circuit Court judge and doesn't fare well.
Charlotte DeLeste has more on the conflict in court today. Charlotte?
Susan and Eric, today a Wisconsin judge found Michael Gableman in contempt because of how Gableman's office responded to open records requests related to his investigation into the 2020 election. The ruling against the office, led by Gableman, a former Wisconsin Supreme Court justice who briefly worked for Donald Trump, came after Gableman berated the judge and refused to answer any questions on the witness stand. Gableman had not wanted to testify, but Dane County Circuit Judge Frank Remington ordered him to appear. After court was adjourned, Gableman spoke to us about why he was so upset.
I have devoted my career to the service of the public through the court system. And when I was a judge, I tried my best to act with fairness, in impartiality, and without bias to one side or the other. Now, some days I was less perfect than others, okay? But at the very least, I always let the lawyers and the parties know what the issue was that we were going to talk about.
Gableman was hired a year ago by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos under pressure from Trump to investigate the former president's loss to President Biden by just under 21,000 votes in Wisconsin. The investigation has cost taxpayers about $900,000 so far. Judge Remington did not immediately announce a penalty in court today, saying he will provide that in a written decision.
Charlotte, thank you. Also today, the Wisconsin Elections Commission debated whether or not Republican gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels can appear on the primary ballot in August. There was a slight issue with his nomination signatures because they were collected on petitions that failed to list both his voting and his mailing addresses. In the end, the commission elected to allow Michels to be on the ballot. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti on the weather patio. Gary?
We had some clouds this morning along with a couple of spotty showers, and then we had some sunshine, and now the atmosphere is starting to boil up again, and we're starting to see a couple of showers and thunderstorms pop up. Let's take a look first of all at visible cloud track. If we could go to max there we go. You can see the clouds clearing out this morning, and now a few showers and thunderstorms trying to pop up across parts of southern Wisconsin. Narrow line from around Milwaukee westward into southeastern Minnesota. One of the thunderstorms over around Jackson and Washington County actually produced some hail, but you can see the spotty nature of the precipitation. Low temperatures this morning started out in the lower to middle 50s. A few places were in the 40s. High temperatures so far today have been in the upper 70s. Right now, temperatures are in the lower 70s here in Madison as a little cooler air starts to drop in from the north. Look for a low temperature of about 57 as any showers come to an end this evening. See some patchy fog overnight. Tomorrow, though, more showers, perhaps a few isolated thunderstorms with a high of 71. But a big warm-up is on the way as we head into next week. I'll have more on that and an alert day in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you so much. The House Select Committee has begun a series of hearings detailing evidence it uncovered in its investigation into the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol. Last night, the committee laid it all out in a primetime televised hearing that former President Donald Trump oversaw and coordinated a multi-part plan to overturn the 2020 election. In never-before-seen testimony, former Attorney General Bill Barr made it clear he did not agree with the idea that the election was stolen. The former president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, agreed with Barr's statement.
Putting out this stuff, which I told the president was
I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
The committee also revealed that former President Trump did not call federal law enforcement to protect the Capitol that day. CBS News has confirmed a former Department of Justice official is expected to testify next week. The next hearing begins Monday at 9 a.m.
We're learning new details tonight about the police response to the Uvalde, Texas elementary school shooting.
New documents and video obtained by the New York Times paint a much clearer picture of what officers were doing as wounded victims waited more than an hour for help. New video allegedly reveals at least 60 police officers gathered outside the classrooms for 77 minutes, waiting for tools to breach the rooms. At that time, some of the children and at least one teacher were wounded, but still alive. In the days after the massacre, investigators revealed 911 dispatchers received calls from children inside the classroom pleading for help. But the Texas Tribune reported Uvalde School Police Chief Pete Arredondo did not know about the calls because he left his radio behind when he entered the school. He claims it would have hampered his ability to confront the gunman. Although Arredondo was in charge of the response, he told the Texas Tribune he assumed someone else had taken charge. In the wake of several mass shootings, dozens of gun safety groups gathered in Washington, D.C. today, demanding that lawmakers pass gun control legislation.
And that's where thousands are expected to rally tomorrow for the March for Our Lives. Serena Marshall has more.
A change gonna come.
In the shadow of the U.S. Capitol, lawmakers, gun control activists, and survivors rallied to demand action from Congress in the wake of the tragic Robb Elementary School massacre in Uvalde, Texas.
19 elementary kids, babies, were murdered in their school.
Chris Brown, president of Brady United, co-organized Friday's demonstration.
We have an epidemic of gun violence in this country. We lose 45,000 people a year. We need comprehensive solutions.
This week, the House approved a broad package of gun legislation that includes raising the minimum age to purchase a semi-automatic rifle to 21 and a red flag law designed to keep guns away from people considered a danger to themselves or others. But those bills right now are not expected to get the required 60 votes to pass the evenly divided U.S. Senate, where a bipartisan group of lawmakers are negotiating a narrow deal on guns, mental health, and school safety.
Well, I'm interested in compromise. I'm not interested in just checking a box. I'm not interested in doing something unless that something is going to save lives.
Friday's rally also featured a letter writing station where participants crafted notes that will be delivered directly to members of the Senate.
I really hope that we'll hear a framework announcement very soon.
Preparations are also underway in Washington for the second March for Our Lives rally on Saturday. It'll be led by a group of survivors of the 2018 Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School mass shooting in Parkland, Florida. They say this time feels different.
I think the movement has become substantially more inclusive. There are gun owners that are with us. There are Republicans that are with us.
Thousands of Americans are expected to participate in Saturday's demonstrations in the nation's capital and around the country. Serena Marshall, CBS News, Washington.
As the nation's capital prepares for multiple peaceful demonstrations in the coming weeks, Washington's D.C. U.S. Attorney and the FBI field office have released a general statement saying they will not tolerate violence or trespassing on government property. Events are planned in at least 45 states tomorrow, including right here in Madison. The March for Our Lives rally will be taking place at the state capitol with rallies and speeches. It'll take place simultaneously with the event in D.C. at 3 p.m.
The man charged with shooting someone at a temporary homeless shelter in Madison last spring has been sentenced. 24-year-old Ronald Stevens was sentenced to 10 years in prison and 10 years of supervision for one count of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Stevens was charged after shooting a man during an argument at a homeless shelter in March of last year. An Iowa County daycare worker charged with the death of an infant stood mute in court today as court officials entered a not guilty plea on her behalf. 29-year-old Joanna Ford is charged with reckless homicide and several counts of child neglect. In a criminal complaint, prosecutors say 4-month-old Wyatt Hamlin died a week after suffering head trauma while in Ford's care. Ford will be back in court on August 15th.
Well, this month there will once again be no such thing as a free lunch. Federal waivers that pay for those meals for all school children will end.
That means the children must once again pay all or part or submit paperwork proving that they qualify for free lunches instead. Naomi Coles visited one free lunch distribution site today to find out how they're responding to that change.
So I need 3, one for my big sister.
For several dozen children in Sun Prairie,
A carton of milk and a bag of lunch is a big help this summer.
And we make sure that we have a well-rounded lunch. We've got vegetables, we've got a main meal, so a sandwich and milk, and they all go together in a bag, and the students can stay in the park and eat it, or they can take it home.
What makes Sun Prairie Community Schools and the host of their participating community partners special, their program started with federal waivers, and it's now going on this summer without them. That's thanks to the city of Sun Prairie sharing their federal COVID funds to keep it going, combined with donations.
They're out here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and without any questions asked, any child showing up here can get their lunch for free.
We knew that there would still be a need, and so we brought everybody to the table and talked about what we could do to solution an idea to keep kids fed, and this is what we came up with.
Early in the pandemic, the federal government created a waiver program making lunch free for all children. This month, that program ends, leaving a massive gap for groups like community schools to fill.
Unfortunately, this bill did not get a hearing.
Democratic State Representative Christina Shelton wrote the bill earlier this year that would have made the waivers permanent for Wisconsin. With the legislature now in recess, it's unlikely to get new traction this year.
Districts are scrambling to figure out how they can make it work.
Two big problems: supply chain issues and USDA requirements about what food was allowed. These waivers eliminated those requirements, and now they'll be returning.
So districts are struggling right now. School boards are looking at having to increase the cost of meals for those that pay for meals, and that is to cover, again, rising food costs, but also labor shortages as well.
In Sun Prairie for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
And join Naomi this Sunday on For the Record as she gets further into the bill, as well as digging into where money for the community schools program is coming from now. That's Sunday at 10:30 a.m. after Face the Nation.
Gary has your latest weekend forecast when we come back.
Plus, some local high school students pitch their ideas to a baseball legend. And later, this summer is expected to be a busy travel season, but high costs of gas and airfare have some rethinking vacation plans. How you can save some money at 6.
And on Wall Street, the markets finished the week with a massive dive. The Dow tumbling an even 880 points. The Nasdaq off 414, and the S&P loses 117. We'll be right back.
The biggest mattress savings are happening now at Ashley's $20 million truckload sale. Save up to $1,000 on luxury brands and bonus discounts only available in store. Plus 60-month special financing and fast 5-day delivery on in-stock mattresses. Don't miss it at Ashley.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison, we got now.
With eye care, the medicine you need may cost less than ever before. New in 2022, you pay a $0 copay for all of your Medicare-eligible Part D drugs up to the coverage gap. Then your cost will be the typical extra help copay amount. You'll also receive up to $2,500 in dental benefits and $300 in vision benefits. Call the Eye Care Benefits Helpline for a free consultation to get all the benefits you're entitled to. Rest easy. Eye Care is looking out for you and your health.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Massive savings are happening now at Ashley's $20 million truckload sale. Get doorbuster discounts up to 71% off, plus 60-month special financing with no money down on all in-stock merchandise, and bonus discounts only available in store. Don't miss it at Ashley.
Taking months off their lives, local patients with pancreatic cancer receive different treatments based on race.
And students may go without lunch next year as the federal lunch program is ending. We'll tell you what local schools are planning for the families in need tonight at 6.
A Wisconsin idea that's making a huge difference in other countries.
This is a lifeline to this population.
Charlotte DeLeste spotlights the Wisconsin Medical Project and makes her own very special contribution to the cause. Sunday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
In Ukraine, there is a battle for a city in the eastern part of the country. Russian forces seem to have the edge at this point as it tries to capture the strategic Donbass region. Police in Severodonetsk released video of smoke rising over a chemical plant as Russian forces focus on taking the area. Meanwhile, a court set up by Russian separatists has sentenced 2 British men and a Moroccan man to die, accusing them of being mercenaries fighting for Ukraine. The 3 men sentenced to death have a month to appeal or face a firing squad.
The U.S. is getting another shipment of baby formula made by a company based in the U.K. The 6th Operation Fly formula mission announced by the White House. Delta Airlines will carry more than 3 million 8-ounce bottle equivalents of Kendamil infant formula. The flights will land in Boston and Detroit between June 20th and 24th. A new report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows consumer prices went up 8.6% over the past year, a number not seen in almost 41 years. Michael George tells us what's fueling the big jump.
Record high gas prices are forcing some commuters to rethink their budget.
There's a lot of other things I can't do because I have to pay for gas.
And the cost of diesel is making it more expensive for trucking companies to ship goods to stores.
That will ultimately be reflected in the prices that the consumer pays, and that's part of the increase in the cost of food and everything else.
Food prices saw the biggest jump since 1981. Milk is up almost 16%. Chicken costs 17% more, and eggs soared 32%.
The Federal Reserve really needs to address this as quickly as possible.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the Federal Reserve is expected to once again raise interest rates next week, hoping it will ease price hikes. But the effect will likely take time.
How big an impact is this for Americans' bottom line?
Inflation touches every single American. But those who earn less, they feel the biggest brunt. The 3 categories of their lives where they spend the most money, which is shelter, food, and energy, those areas are rising.
The national average for gas is around $5 a gallon and could accelerate if bad weather disrupts offshore oil drilling.
It's not impossible that should we see a refinery snag or a major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, that we could see a national average hitting the $6 a gallon mark.
Prices are also fueled by demand, which is expected to stay high during the busy summer driving season. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The big question for policymakers in Wall Street is whether inflation has peaked. Aside from rising food and fuel costs, annual inflation in May rose 6%, slightly lower than in April.
Madison area high school students participated in a pitch competition today with a baseball legend to share their ideas regarding businesses and nonprofits that address mental health. Students were asked to create businesses that focus on mental health. Some also shared products their business would offer that spread messages of hope. They then presented their ideas to a panel of judges that included former Yankee great and current businessman Derek Jeter. The competition was sponsored by the American Family Institute.
Let's get a look at your weekend forecast now. Here's meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary?
We started the day with clouds and even a couple of very light showers. Most of those stayed to the south and west into Iowa. But now we're starting to see some spotty showers and thunderstorms. Most of the rain very, very light, but every once in a while you get one of these heavier thunderstorms that dumps about a quick half-inch of rain. This particular cell here actually brought some hail into parts of central Washington County around Jackson. But you can see the very spotty nature of the precipitation. Some areas will get a brief heavy downpour, and other areas will just miss out on the rain altogether. And as these sag to the south, they'll probably start to dissipate shortly after sunset. So probably about a 1 in 3 chance that you might see a shower or thunderstorm for this evening. Notice up to the north, dry weather there, and that'll be moving in at least 4 tonight. But the next round of showers and thunderstorms should be here for tomorrow. So we got those back in the forecast. forecast. That'll keep high temperatures down in the lower 70s. It'll be mainly dry on Sunday and mild with high temperatures in the middle 70s. A lot will depend on how much cloud cover starts to break up late in the day. We'll see clouds for much of the day, but again, maybe late afternoon we'll get some sunshine. And then after a chance of showers and thunderstorms Monday, hot weather moves in for Tuesday with high temperatures in the lower 90s. We'll be near 90 on Wednesday with some shower and thunderstorm chances on Wednesday afternoon. Do have an alert day in the forecast for Tuesday with near record heat. High temperature expected to be at 93. Madison's record high 95, set back in 1987. And it'll also be humid as well, so you factor the humidity in with the temperature, it'll feel like between 96 and 101 degrees over most of southern Wisconsin. Right now, though, temperatures are pretty comfortable, mainly in the 70s. The heat just starting to build. You can see the mid-80s to lower 90s across southeastern Colorado, southwestern Kansas. And with time, that heat will build. To the southwest, there's also quite a bit of moisture. Dew point temperatures approaching 70 over parts of eastern Kansas. But the upper level winds are from the northwest. So for the time being, that heat and the humidity are going to stay to our south and west. But with time, as that jet stream starts lifting to the north, and we talked about this a few days ago, how the jet stream is starting to come in as this next weather system moves more into western Canada, that will start to allow the heat to start to expand northward across much of the eastern two-thirds of the country. This weak front right here touching off a couple of showers and thunderstorms. The more humid weather, again, farther to our south and west. The difference in temperatures across the front, not very much. La Crosse right now, 82. They're getting some sunshine, but notice temperatures in the 70s. Green Bay right now, 83 before a wind shift moves through. And on future tracking, you can see the clouds coming back in, and here comes the rain chances again for tomorrow. So look for a high temperature tomorrow, 71 degrees, some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms. The best chances of rain probably in the morning. So tonight, again, those showers and storms dissipating. Could be some areas of fog overnight. Then a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms during the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. But late in the day on Sunday, we should see some sunshine, and that will allow temperatures to get in the middle 70s. The rainfall amounts, very spotty. Some areas picking up less than 1/10 of an inch. Other areas could pick up an inch in a heavier shower or thunderstorm. But we do have that alert day in the forecast for Tuesday because temperatures will ramp right back up to lower 90s on Tuesday, upper 80s on Wednesday, and it'll stay warm for next week. Father's Day should be dry, highs mid-80s. The humidity levels will at least be a little bit lower. As we check out first warn traffic right now, here's the view of the Beltline at Park Street. Actually, traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. Just a little bit of a slowdown with some off and on delays between Monona Drive and Verona Road on the eastbound Beltline, just around Fish Hatchery Road on the westbound Beltline. Right now, a 20-minute trip on the eastbound Beltline, 16 minutes back on the westbound side between University Avenue and I-3990. Heading out of Madison down to Janesville on 3990, no problems there. A quick 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, downtown to Sun Prairie. Normal time, 18 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Just ahead, reducing the stigma and isolation for patients suffering from Alzheimer's. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Protect your home and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. Shingles protect your home and impact its curb appeal. Owens Corning architectural shingles can withstand up to 130 mile-per-hour winds and have a limited lifetime warranty. Available in 60 styles. For a roof that will make you the envy of the neighborhood, choose Owens Corning shingles. All 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Birkenstock, a trusted name you've come to know, is back in stock. Birkenstock is footwear built for adventure, all-day play, and even an effortless wedge. A new heel with the same great feel. With nearly 250 years in the fine art of shoemaking, choosing Birkenstock means choosing the best in quality, comfort, and craftsmanship.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
When President Trump called for a southern border wall, I didn't just agree. I built him a prototype.
Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump.
Now, instead of building the wall, Joe Biden's rolling out the red carpet for illegal immigrants. Totally, completely, utterly incompetent.
Conservative Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump.
For illegals, no driver's license, no benefits, no tuition. There's nothing racist about enforcing our laws. And when I'm governor, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
During Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, the Alzheimer's Association is highlighting common misperceptions that people have about the disease.
6 million Americans are now living with Alzheimer's. Daniel Backus introduces us to a North Dakota man and his wife sharing their experience.
Dale Rivard was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment 5 years ago. He was 59 and a prosecutor.
The first 6 months is when I deteriorated quite a bit. It has affected my speech a lot. And as the years have progressed, I think that's good. My short-term memory is about the same.
Dale and his wife, Mary Ann, want other people to know what it's like living with early-stage Alzheimer's and other dementia.
You get that diagnosis, and it's pretty devastating. There's 2 ways to go. You can say, I'm done. I mean, it's so easy to sit in front of the TV, turn it on, and wait to die, you know? Or you can still fight and keep active.
Monica Moreno with the Alzheimer's Association says the goal is to reduce the stigma and isolation patients feel.
When people hear the word Alzheimer's disease, they immediately think of someone in the end stage of the disease. But the reality is that individuals living with Alzheimer's disease are still vibrant and can engage and live quality lives.
When we were both working, we hardly went anywhere except on vacation, but now he's all mine.
The couple travels and spends time with family. And they sing. With the chorus for people with dementia and their caregivers, the Unforgettables.
I have problems speaking now. When I sing, there's nothing. I could be in my high school choir all over again. It is just wonderful.
Dale says he wants to do the things he enjoys for as long as he can. Danya Backus, CBS News.
And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
As of 2022, TSR Concrete Coatings has coated nearly 11 million square feet of concrete, and we've completed over 15,000 jobs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here we transform your old, cracked garage floor from this to this in just one day. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, apply our base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. And our floors are ridiculously easy to clean. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, and we have our own in-house team ready to answer any questions you may have before, and after your install. To learn more or get your new floor, visit the website or call us at the number shown below today.
One day floor.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
Because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look better. Massage envy facials, where better begins.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? It's Fed Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Ho-Chunk Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells. An all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway Jew, the Mascot Theory, and Bev Killian. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit VetAidWI.com for details and to purchase tickets for Trace Atkins.
Take one, marker. Toilet paper. We all use it. And like cheese or motorcycles, Wisconsin's long been a leader in production. But we lost our share of the market and jobs as companies sought cheaper and cheaper labor. Our supply chain crisis shows just how vulnerable we are when we allow Wisconsin products to be made overseas. I'm running for Senate to fight this race to the bottom, to make sure Wisconsin jobs and products are made right here. Because Chinese toilet paper, my ass. I'm Tom Nelson, and I approve this message.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Here's radar. You can see just a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms. Not everybody will get them, but be prepared for at least a quick downpour in a few spots.
All right, Gary, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.